Hello, my people. I am here again once more to continue with my video. As you are aware, I already started before someone informed me that the Prime Minister is on. For those of you who still have time, why don't you join me? Because there are certain important information that I would like us to discuss. If you look at the title of this program this evening, you will agree with me that any matter relating to Onyendu is a very important one. So while I am waiting for some of you to join, as we have just finished with the PM at the space, let me play once more this very voice.
Fellow Biafrans, my name is Marvelous Arinze Chukwuemeka. Vote. The Biafran self-referendum e-voting is in progress and will be until December this year, 2024. I know you think we still have time, but the duration of time we have from now till then is not too fast to take the reason. The Biafran Prime Minister can only do his part, which doesn't need emphasis because it is with he, Simon Ekpa, is entitled to one vote, just like every other Biafran. I respectfully urge you all, Biafrans all over the world, old and young, to participate in the ongoing Biafran self-referendum. Publicize it and assist those who need to be guided about it, to demonstrate our readiness to Syria. We may not all be in the media or in the government, but together from Benue to Kogi, Enugu, Ebonyi, Edo, Imo, Rivers, Delta, Cross River, Anambra, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Abia, and Biafra over the world. Together, we will vote to decide our future, and our vote must count. This is a new dimension.
Thank you, my people. We all know that this very Biafra that we are all wanting to come is not a joke, my people. It is a very, very serious something. All these countries, America, even Britain, Italy, France, Belgium, all of them, they fought for their freedom. Finland, Czech, even now, the people of this Vladimir Putin and what's the name of this country that they are fighting together? They are all, fighting for their freedom. So Biafra freedom fighting is not, is not a joke. It's a very serious matter. Very, very serious. If you look at the title of my program this evening, you will see what I wrote there. We have our Onyendu's wife. We all know Mandela. When Mandela was incarcerated, imprisoned for 27 years, Winnie Mandela never rested. She was always talking, campaigning for the release of her husband and for everybody that cared to listen to her to come to her aid. And you all will agree with me that then she was a much older lady than the wife of Onyendu, called Uchechi or Ogechi. I really don't care to know about her name because she's not trying at all. I am never in support of anyone coming out to gossip or to say things that doesn't really matter. But everyone knows that in a freedom fighting, so many things happen. They do happen, and when they happen, the next thing is that the other people that is not happening in their country or in their nation will be watching. Because every day of our lives, people want to know what We'll talk about the need to have a storyline. Since this lady does not talk anything or say anything about the detention of her husband, which is our leader, we are all looking to know her action or her reaction about the detention, illegal detention of her husband. But she doesn't do that. I haven't seen a picture carrying her as campaigning or contesting or with group of people in a public place protesting about the detention of her husband. And from the records, I'd never heard that she and Onyendu are divorced. So this is the time that somebody like her would be showing a gloomy presence and a gloomy appearance that her life partner, her husband, a leader of a group that is being detained illegally, this is the time she should be showing remorse, showing dissatisfaction for the way her husband is being treated. But all she does is to gallivant from one office to another, taking pictures with the barristers that were not representing her husband's interest properly in the court, the people that her husband sacked. And I was so shocked when I saw different postures of picture of her with Barrister Eze Owere and which is a senior advocate of the zoo, and what's his name? Barrister Joffo. When I saw this picture at first, I did not believe that she was the one until I read what was said there. You know, this is so sad. You know, it is really, really sad, to be honest. I don't know whether this lady thinks of anything. Look at this very picture of her. She's the one at the middle. So many people have seen this picture and it is trending. Somebody wrote on a comment section that they have never seen her or her picture with her husband in the prison. But look at, there's a place where all of them sat around smiling and laughing, about 3 different postures of her and these 2 men. How can a woman be seen doing this sort of thing? You know? So the lady is really, really not getting it right. No matter what Onyendu must have done to her, I think this is the right time, at this period, is the right time for her to show that her husband is being illegally detained and that she's not happy about it. Rather, she appears to be celebrating that her husband is in detention by going to take pictures with those that he sacked. That's one very contradictory and very confusing thing about this whole thing. Because you must and should be able to stand with your husband, no matter what you have with him inside your home. But the public appearance, you must be on the same page and the same level with your husband. You go and see him, ask him questions, and you will talk heart to heart with him. But no, what she's doing is going to take picture with people that, you know, people that were never there to represent Onyendu's interest. People that were making money with your husband from a government like the zoo, and you are there taking pictures with them. Nobody has ever seen you in the court. Nobody has ever seen you with your husband. So my people, I am really, really upset for what Onyendu's wife is doing. She's not getting it right. This is not gossip, it's reality. And I've shown you the picture here. It's there on the everywhere, on Twitter handles of people who know them very well. In fact, the world know them because everybody knows about Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and knows that he is a married man with children and a wife. So it is really, really unbelievable that a married wife, a young person like this, will be showing cold shoulder, over her husband's predicament. Because the zoo is a country that will hold you will never get justice. They don't adhere or comply with the rules of law. So all these controversies surrounding Onyendu's case is one of the major reasons why somebody who's supposed to be his wife should be doing something positively towards the release of her husband, making noise, talking to the world, talking to people, showing that she's not happy that her life partner in the person of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been incarcerated for too long. She was the one that lives with Onyendu. She should be the one that will tell us what is happening to Onyendu, but it is the other way around. I really, really do not, agree with her practices. The ignominy and the ignorance is too much. So recently, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, he has an interview where he was telling the audience what happened in the court. When you are doing any program like we are doing, most people do not come to like and share or to come and watch what is going on, because it is not about exposition of human body or talking about dirty talks. But this Biafra liberation is a very serious matter. It's a very serious, I see it that way, alongside many freedom fighters and many agitators, and in particular our Prime Minister. He is really, really very personal about this, very intentional. He meant well for the coming of Biafra, and for those of us who really want Biafra to come as soon as it could, we are standing with him. So this man, I saw this press conference that he gave, and I felt that it will be very, very wise for us to listen to it. And with this, the world would know that Nigeria is gone. Any country that their judiciary and their army have changed from what they're supposed to do professionally, that is a failed state. So let's listen to him.
Because we were able to avoid the situation that if it had happened in court today, it would have been a deviation from Section 36 of the Constitution, which guaranteed every Nigerian the right to fair trial. The prosecution was forcing a situation on the court today that trial should continue or should proceed today. But our position was this, which comports with the law, that we have not had any opportunity. We have made this very clear. It is not about having access to our client. We do have access, but our access is monitored, hampered to the point that we are unable to discuss with him within that zone of confidentiality that is guaranteed between a lawyer and his client, and that enhances the defense we shall prepare to properly defend him against charges that carry the death penalty. So our position comports with the law, with section 36 of the Constitution, that unless fair hearing can be guaranteed, no Nigerian can be subjected to any trial. You can check it out. We're not making it up.
Lastly, on 20th May, the court will interpret one way or another. Let's presume, are you ready for any eventualities if it doesn't go the way you want, or what do we wait for the court to do?
Well, the attitude of a very good counsel is to cross the bridge when he gets to it. So we're not going to speculate. We're not going to preempt the court. We trust that the court will do the right thing when we come back by 28th May. If it doesn't, then we cross that bridge.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fortunately, he didn't give a ruling, or she didn't give a ruling. I think they are referred to here, whatever. So let us wait on the 20th. If she makes a ruling, one way or the other, wherever they stand, then we can take the battle from there.
So some people are saying that yes, political solution could be a way out of this situation. What do you think about this?
I will not comment on that. Whatever I'm involved in that is very serious underground, I will not comment on that. I support them in what they are doing. If there are things we are also doing some other places, we will continue doing it. But I can tell you by the grace of God, none will not stay in this prison in the next 2 or 3 months. Or else I'm not part of this country. I can tell you that.
That is by His grace. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So, my people, you have heard what the legal rep said. Nigeria is such a place that they don't reason in anything they do. They don't think about what the world will think about them. Why we talk about the world all the time is that if you are a country and you are part of UN and you have many international charters that you are signatory to, I don't know what their lawyers tell them as a nation or how they get advised. The way you conduct yourself will determine the number of foreigners that would want to come and do business with you. You can just not be a nation that is living alone like that. You have a country and you want foreign relationship. You have to have a good court, a judiciary that is capable of being trusted, that justice will prevail at all times. But you will see where illiterates are the presidents, and with that their illiteracy and that poor level of comprehension, because comprehension is something that you will have, and once you have it, it sticks there. You will be using it and tapping on it when the time arises. You look at things critically, evaluate it, and see where you are right and where you are wrong, where you need to amend your ways, where that amendment should be applied to, so that the world will see you as a justiciable nation. For instance, if a foreigner has a company in Nigeria and he gets to court and the court is treating him this way, maybe that company has employed maybe 1,000 Nigerians, and that company is going to leave the zoo because they believe that they have a case with a Nigerian and they did not get justice. They will just close down, and those 1,000 Nigerians will become unemployed. They don't think about this. They don't think that, oh, we import most of the things that we use in the zoo, because that's what they do. They don't export any other thing except oil. And they don't have refinery. A sane country, a sensible country, they don't have refinery. They don't create jobs for people. So they create jobs for foreigners with their own raw materials. You will just be there, being consumers. You don't create jobs. Whereas Nigeria is a country that, oh, if you don't know how to speak English, they will say, oh, look at him. He's not educated. He doesn't even know how to speak English. Whereas you don't even know how to speak your own home language, let alone English. Now, you as the English-speaking country, you don't want to follow the rules. You don't want to follow the law. Everything you have is all imported, creating jobs for other countries. Then every year, universities produces students, and when they come out, there is no job to absorb them. And you are there answering a big country. You will just wear 1,500. All those dresses they wear, they don't even produce it in Nigeria. The Guinea brocade, the men use in sewing their clothes, the agbada and the rest of them, they're all imported. Guinea brocade and all that. They import them. They don't create jobs for our people. Then, assuming one of those foreigners that sells things to Nigeria claims that they have not been paid, how can they come to Nigeria court to bring an action against anybody that is owing them? Because you can actually bring a case for contract or breach of contract to court. Then the person will be scared that they can't do business in Nigeria. Look at the way they are caught. Everything is in shambles. So in Onyendu's case, this is it. The world is watching you people. The UN gave you order to release Onyendu. You are not doing it. Nobody is doing it because he is not from the tribe that you favor. They are the tribe that challenges you in everything you do. A tribe that is always calling you back to clean up and wipe up your mess. The only thing you do is to use your crude oil money to buy platforms, buy foreign network to block your enemies. That's all you know how to do. And to buy those you want to buy in your country because you don't want them. This is it. The face of the truth is always scaring Nigerians. They don't like the truth. If you say the truth, they want to go and abduct you. Oh, go and catch her. Oh, go and bring her back. So that you will have chance to buy the person. That's the only thing you people know how to do in Nigeria. America has 50 states. All those 50 states, they have common agreement. United Kingdom, there are 4. England, Wales, Ireland, and Scotland. They all have their individual prime ministers and their currencies. And they communicate. But Nigeria, no. You are friendly with all these countries, but you don't even emulate them. Somebody has a case, and you will be there going to interrupt and interfere. And Onyendu was brought back from Nigeria since year 2021 till year 2024. He is still under custody of DSS. That's the highest breach. The highest. Because you're supposed to either take him to court, from court you take him to prison, and from prison he will be coming to court. But no, you put him underground. Because you are so lawless. You don't even obey your own courts. How can anybody trust you? So my people, why I am bringing this out is, for you to hear what they are saying. There's a video I'm going to play now where this same Aloy Ejimako talked about the injustices that they met with Onyendu and the way they treat them.
we're battling with here. And we have concern about the privacy of our conversations. Where there was a day I was consulting with him with another colleague. They took a secret photograph of myself. They accidentally filed that photograph as part of their proof of evidence in court. So we now got it as an evidence, and we said, wow. So they were taking secret photographs, of course. And if you go into the room, you will not see any camera. You have hidden eyes, hidden cameras, and everything. So what and what not? So what else do they have? Eavesdropping equipment, secret listening devices, or what? So we whisper in fear. And sometimes you just have to pull him out to say something, or even pull yourself out to say something, because you're ever afraid someone is somewhere secretly recording you. How can we conduct an effective defense under these conditions? It's not possible. Okay, whether we are confident that you get a fair trial, the confidence is zero. Under present circumstances, our confidence is zero, nada. My colleague said it here. There's no way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu can get fair trial under the current conditions of his detention, which encourage the profound interference with his access to counsel and the adequate facility to conduct his defense that we initiated earlier on. There's not going to be any fair trial in that kind of scenario. Impossible.
My people, you have heard it. It's unfortunate that things like this happen in Nigeria. One unfair trial and one injustice to one is injustice to all. Every day you will be hearing of news. There's a news now going on of a chief in Imo State that has been taken for over a week now. Nobody knows where he is. This is what we are talking about. Most people will be feeling less concerned about Onyendu's case. Hello, Anthony. Thank you so much for joining me. Before you came in, I was talking about Onyendu's wife. Her conduct is very, very poor. I am a woman. I don't criticize women carelessly or loosely. But in Onyendu's wife's case, I am criticizing her on grounds that her husband sacked Ejiofor and Barrister Ezekome. But she was just seen the other day taking picture with them about 2 days ago, and it's all over the internet. That was very, very disgusting, and I feel very bad about it. Biafra is not a joke, though I will not infer family interest, you know. But the salient thing to talk about here is the interest of her husband. No, I am not aware that Onyendu was divorced before he was or separated before he was abducted. But the wife doesn't give a toss. I have never seen that woman protesting. During the time of Winnie Mandela, she was all over the place, campaigning, crying, you know, disturbing those detaining her husband until Mandela was released. And she was going to court with Mandela every day until the case was finally over for Mandela. I thought that that is what Onyendu's wife, as a very young lady, should be doing, because at this age, she can stand up for 2 hours. If you go to the military, you will see women in Israel being soldiers. so many other countries, even in Africa, there are women that are soldiers. And if you are during parade, hello, my sister Mary, thank you for joining me. You know, so Onyendu's wife at this age, she's very young. Onyendu himself is a very young man. Onyendu was born during the war or after the war, you know. So they are young people, and I did not hear in any time or at any moment that they were divorced. But this lady doesn't go to see Onyendu. She doesn't cry out as somebody whose husband is facing injustice in Nigeria court. She doesn't cry out as somebody whose her life partner is being detained. But the unfortunate thing is that her husband sacked Ejiofor and Ezekome, and yesterday she was on the pictures with them all over the place. There are 3 different postures where they were on the table laughing, and where they were standing, and where she was sitting sideways. I mean, with these people that your husband sacked. So what we are doing here in Biafra agitation is not a joke. It's not a child's play. So I'm not in the habit of talking about women because I'm a woman myself. But for her not to showing the gloomy face and the gloomy eyes and the tears that her life partner is in danger, is in the hands of the enemy, is very annoying and very painful to me as a woman. So my brother Anthony said she went to Nigeria to see them, not her husband. But nobody saw her, even in the court. I didn't see her. I did not see her. You know, all the speculation about the woman, I have never wanted to discuss that, because I know that when people are agitating like this for freedom and liberty, so many gossips, so many talks, both the real ones and the fake ones. But this one is a picture. So I saw it. And I am very, very sure that Onyendu have sacked Ejiofor and Ezekome. Why is she standing, sitting with them, dining with them, doing all this and all that? That's very, very disturbing. And she's not getting it right. I'm not supporting her. She hasn't done well at all. Let me show you the picture again, because I have it here with me. You know, the woman is something else. Oh God. Look at her. Look at her with the men. She's the one at the middle. You see? She's the one at the middle. How can you be this crafty and conniving and condescending, you know, walking opposite your husband's interest? Is very, very painful and too sad. So my people, after that, I played Onyendu's lawyer's comments, a lawyer Jimako, and that's where I am before you joined me. And we have to continue. This is life. I wonder if Onyendu would want to continue with her when he comes out, because this type of attitude, last time Dokubo was talking about the way she wrote, thank you, Innocent, my brother. Thank you so much. Let me read out your comment. This is interactive section. Anyone who wants to join me, I've learned how to do it. I will send you a link. You join me and speak to Biafrans. You can leave your video closed. Yes. He said, Innocent said, Betty, I want to thank you for your input for the struggle. Please do not let them to distract you. We appreciate your efforts. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Innocent. God bless you. And Anthony says, that's why she is in Nigeria for Ejiofor and Co. Yes, if she is in Nigeria and as Onyendu's wife, oh my God, she's not getting it right at all. She's not doing right at all. I must be honest. If anyone listening to me is related to her, they should tell her what a good woman should be doing when her husband is in this type of situation. This is the time she's supposed to be crying, calling for women to join her and cry out to the government or to the governors to release her husband. You know?
Court fixes May 20th to rule on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail or transfer to Kuje Correctional Center. Here the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 17th of April 2024, and I have a breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to go straight to the news and read in details. And as you can see, I will be reading from another Zoo media platform known as Sahara Reporters. And according to their own title, they said, Nigeria court fixes May 20th to rule on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's application for transfer from DSS custody to Kuje Correctional Center, threatens to adjourn trial indefinitely. Binta Nyako, Justice Binta Nyako, threatened to adjourn case or adjourn trial, so to say, indefinitely. Just like as I said before, they know why they are running. They know why they are running away. They are buying time. But I trust the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. I trust Mazi Simon Ekpa, and I know what he can do. Because more adjournment to this case will cause the zoo more harm. It will only cause the zoo more harm. The only prayer that I have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is God to keep him alive, which I am very, very certain God has already blessed him with, long life in order to see Biafra and enjoy the fruit of his labor. So I'm praying for him that God should give him the courage, the maximum courage, 100% that is needed to withstand the tribulation, to withstand the agony, to withstand the inhuman treatment that have been meted upon his life by the Zoo government through the DSS. Once he stands it, then ndị Igbo say, lapụlụ m ọgụ m na-arịkwa, ọnwụ ife a na-akpa alịkwa n'onu Igbo. Lapụlụ m ọgụ m na-alịkwa, suolu m ụtara ede. Na-asụrụ m ụtara ede. Forget ife m na-alịkwa ya aga. Then let me read in details. They said Justice Nyako gave the ruling after listening to arguments on the application. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court, sitting in Abuja on Wednesday, fixes.
Yes, my sister said, why didn't you do as Showore wife, Sunday Igboho wife? These women played very important roles for their husband's release. Exactly, my sister. Exactly. This is it. There are certain things that you don't teach people. You don't teach human beings how to cry or how to drink or when they are hungry. When anything arises like this sort of thing, you should know how to handle it. She's young and everything. In fact, she was raised in the UK, so she knows what it means, what protest or what illegal detention. She knows what it is. She speaks very well. I've heard her speak. There was a time she went to the IPOB Nigeria, the DOS, castigating our prime minister, talking all sorts of nonsense. That time they still call us autopilot. And she said that we are autopilot nonsense. And all that she said. During that time, the women, Biafran women, they were there. And they all came together and gave it back to her. You know, that time, Azuka was their leader. But look at her now, just gallivanting. People that your husband sacked, and you are there, hobnobbing with your enemies, people who have been using your husband to get money. This Ejiofor was the one who contracted the DOS, and they sold Onyendu. How can your lawyer be your own undoing? Your enemy, your own lawyer, a man, ọ dị ka mmadụ ịgbala ọsọ gbakwute gị bịa kụọ gị onye kudo gị si gị biko gị chedo onye anwe welu gị lee. That's what Ejiofor did. Ejiofor and Izekome also represented onye Peter Obi, which is a serious conflict of interest, because Peter Obi said that he does not believe in Biafra, that Biafra died 50 years ago. Then Izekome was representing Onyendu, representing Peter Obi. I don't know the way they practice in that country. Somebody that is against the man you are representing, and you are going to represent the same man. Conflict of interest. So she should have known that these men are just using Onyendu to make money. As I said earlier, anyone who wants to join, indicate, please, so that I can send you a link. But I won't be long anyway, because I just came out from our Prime Minister's space question and answer on the space. I have to be there with my other media team group. You know, we are doing a serious thing. This Biafra issue is not a joke. America fought for their independence with Britain in the 1770 something. Then even Finland, they fought with USSR then. So why should our own be a problem for anyone? Fighting for freedom and liberty is a real issue, and a very big issue for that matter. So anyone, hello Sonny, thank you for joining. Anyone that does not like what we are doing should please find their way. I don't know how that woman will face Onyendu when Onyendu comes out, because her practices, her activities is very, very obscure. The obscurity in her conduct since Onyendu was kidnapped is very, very suspicious, you know, because somebody like Asari Dokubo that said that he was the one who masterminded everything. She and her dad went to Asari Dokubo and even Ejiofor to have a meeting. And she doesn't talk about Onyendu at all. That's too poor. That's too shameful for an Igbo girl. That's too poor.
20 to rule on the application seeking to transfer the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to a correctional center. Kanu had asked the court to send him to Kuje prison. Justice Nyako gave the ruling after listening to the arguments on the application. During the court proceedings on Wednesday, Kanu's counsel, Aloye Jimako, moved the application to prepare him for trial, insisting that his continued detention in the Department of State Services DSS custody would mitigate the accelerated hearing ordered by the court. According to Barrister Jimako, his client's right to a fair trial were being disrespected. He said there was a need for his client to prepare well for the trial, but that it was difficult for Kanu to do that in the DSS facility where he was being kept. In moving the application, Barrister Jimako said, "We seek the transfer of the defendant from the DSS detention to a house arrest or other similar places of custody or similar law enforcement agencies' custody."
My people, I have to be very honest. You know, in certain countries, legal proceedings and legal procedures, the way they are conducted in Nigeria, like everything about Nigeria, is weird. You know, in the UK, when you apprehend somebody or when you catch somebody, take them to police station, under 36 hours, the police is under legal obligation. Legal obligation, that is the law. You have to either discharge them or you charge them to court. You cannot keep them there for more than 36 hours in total. So, from the time you come in there, they will write down your name, your age, your height, the color of your eyes, everything, your details, and the time when they brought you there, and the name of the cops, the group that brought you there. Then, when they will charge you to court, from court, you will be taken to the prison. But this is the procedure, and Nigeria practices English law. So the same procedure should apply in Nigeria. Is it Onyendu's lawyer that should be reminding Nigeria court that Onyendu is not supposed to be kept for where he has been there now for 2 years? Where somebody doesn't receive the son, you don't receive the heir. But you will agree with me that those in prison, at least they will have somebody to talk to. They will receive fresh air through those bars that they stand during the day. And at night, they will then go to their individual cell room to sleep. And in the prison, you have things that prisoners do to allow them to get fresh air. They go to farm, they go to kitchen to work, and they pay them. But Onyendu is, for 2 years plus now, being kept underground where he doesn't receive sun, where he doesn't receive medical treatment. Even when Onyendu was almost giving up, they never cared. They never cared. Now, last week, the zoo military, we are talking about Biafra media and the media influencers. Of course, this is 21st century. It is not like during the war when it was only Okoko on them. You people will not believe this. It was only Okoko on them in the whole Biafra that reads the news. But now, by the special grace of God, we are more than 10. And we will continue to expose Nigeria. The injustices they carry on doing against people. You know, talking about Onyendu's case, is Onyendu's lawyer the one to be telling the court to follow their correct procedure or the proper court rulings? For Onyendu to be kept in Kuje prison, where he will be talking with people, air his mind, but that will show you how evil these people are, how inhuman they are. This is why when you want to bring a fugitive, somebody you are alleging that he ran away, he committed a crime, and all the cases against Onyendu, they have thrown it away. Yes. My sister Mary said next month we'll make it 3 years. Can you imagine? In the DSS, underground. Tell me, people don't know that air and the sunlight does a lot of things in our lives, on your skin, in your breathing, in the brain, oxygen. But Nigeria, oh my God, I wonder why God put these Fulanis in our midst. I don't know why. They are looking for safe haven, and Nigeria is a fertile ground for them. They can stay there, but Biafrans, we must move. We must go. We must keep voting so that when the world will hear the result, they will marvel. They will know that these people are really eager to leave zoo. I'm telling you, we must leave them. We can't be crying every day about their inhuman behavior and inhuman treatment. So as I was saying, when you are looking for a fugitive, you are required internationally by the law to apply to the court of that country where that fugitive is. So we've never heard that Nigeria government either apply to United Kingdom or to Kenya. They could have gone to Kenya court to apply. And when you apply, the court will make you to give this what do they call it? You will give like a promise. You will make a promise that undertaking that you are not going to torture that person, number one, that the person is going to get a fair trial, and that the person will come back alive. But Nigeria government did not do any of these. And the unfortunate thing is that Igbo people that speaks the same language with Onyendu, their governors are the ones doing this because they want to impress their slave masters. They are the ones doing this because there is no independence of the judiciary in Nigeria. There is no separation of powers in Nigeria. So my sister Mary said, air and moving around helps the blood to circulate in the veins exactly and will not cause blood clot. Very correct. Very correct. By the grace of God, my elder sister is a nurse. So she knows all this better than myself. You know? So my people, this country, you know, when our prime minister is on the Twitter space, you will come and hear some people asking stupid questions. Asking our prime minister stupid questions. You know? And I will be surprised. Why are you not seeing what is going on in that country? Granted, that is not only Southeast, but look at what is going on in Middle Belt, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Northeast, which is where they call Maiduguri, in Enugu, all over the states. And recently, a prophet was giving prophecy, telling everybody in Anambra State, Onitsha, all those areas, to be careful next month that these people are coming with massive attack. And you could see there's a place where they were praying at our prime minister's Twitter handle. They were more than 1,000. In fact, they are up to 5,000. And they were praying. If you see this group, they keep importing people from North Africa, from Niger, from wherever, to come and buy people in our land. A country where there is no confirmed conventional war going on, but there is Cold War going on, quietly buying people on daily basis. Then the person will know all this and be there coming to ask our prime minister irrelevant and nonsensical questions. I've said it. Anybody who do not believe in what we are doing, why come on the platform and be messing yourself up, making nonsense of what we are doing? This is what has taken so many lives. It's not a joke. Biafra is for real. Because when America was fighting, it was like this. When Ukraine now fighting, it's the same thing. They are going all over the world asking for money. They even came to the zoo to ask for help. You know? So anybody thinking that what we are doing, that we are here to show our faces or to talk to the air, the person is lying to themselves. Don't come and be asking our prime minister nonsensical questions. Questions that have no relevance to what we are doing. Baseless questions. You know? Ndị Igbo si onye na-ajụ ajụjụ nzuzu ịjụta isi nkịtị ga-eji agba ya wee megide. Amara m ife na-eme ndị be anyị a. Fa chọrọ ịkpọba isi anyị. Ọ bụrụ na ọ bụrụ nọ maka innocent ones, anya sikene prime minister ya withdraw kene ndị amị a, mana border ma everywhere. Ka ndị abịa chụọ fa ezigbo ọsọ. Because all maka na prime minister they protect if that's why they still have mouth to talk. Let them go and ask people from Benue. Do you people know that there's a Benue boy that calls me every time? He will be crying, telling me, Auntie, I wish we have somebody like Simon Ekpa. What these people do to our people from Benue. And I asked him how he managed to know me and get my number. He said that he watches me on YouTube and that he got my number from my studio. And he told me that they killed his father and his grandfather. So my people, we Biafrans should be very appreciative, because this DOS, there is one that is happening now. In fact, it happened today, but I cannot bring it here. The guy was caught. This guy that was caught. You may have seen. The guy said that he is from Ohafia. And the Biafra Liberation Army, they caught him with his gun. So because they are holding him captive, they said to him that they will not kill him, but he must tell them all the details. Yes, Fulani, Sister Mary said, Fulani wants to wants to install Hausa leader in Benin City, but the Oba of Benin, the Oba refused. That is how they captured Hausa land. Exactly. That's the way they captured Hausa land and installed their Sokoto Caliphate till today, since 18-something. And you know that they are fighting so that we don't leave. Somebody said they are fighting so that we don't leave, because they know that if we leave and Oduduwa will leave, that the main Hausa people will marginalize them. That is their business. We don't care about that. They can buy themselves for all I care. Yeah, whatever they want to do to themselves will be their business. I really do not give a toss. So my people, as I was telling you, this one happened today, this afternoon. Sister Mary, you can go to our prime minister's, anybody that wants to see the picture, go to our prime minister's Twitter handle. Is everywhere. They captured him, they questioned him and asked him, who is sending you people? He said it's China Samworu. How many of you? He said that they are 9, 2 people from Abriba and 3 of them from Abriba and 6 are Hausa people. And that those 6 people are military. That this gun they saw with him, if you see this gun, heavy rifle, and he was wearing military uniform. They asked him, are you a military man? He said no, that it is the army that brings it for them. Because they buy somebody yesterday and they went fishing out and they got them. He was confessing that is Chinasa Nworu. Because of this YouTube and Facebook rules, I cannot bring it. Maka etu fasi wee dobie, fa kepuli ake anabo azu, kopi obala nisi, mwetie kita ndi a ga-ewetu my platform. Nke a na-eme today. Ifo udi egbe nwoke a bụ, o bu ezigbote egbe. O si na fa dị 9. Ajụọ fa kedu ife kpatala unu ji eme ife a. O si na Chinasa Nworu na Chinasa create fa ka fa je bụrụ snipers ndị a na-agbagbusi ndị mmadụ. O nwere anụ onye Chinasa Nworu chọọ ka agbagbuolie ozie fafe je ebe anwa gbuo onye afọ pụọ and ka fa na-efesi ndị Biafra Liberation Army. Unu afụghị nọ ndị Igbo ka a na-eyuzu wee na-egbu ndị be anyị. Amara m ife na-eme Chinasa Nworu. Amara m ife bụ nsogbu that man. That will show you people na olile ego. Ọfa lele onye ndu. Ogo bụ na ọ na-create ndị special squad. Ndị Biafra Liberation Army jide nwoke a na-ajụ ya ajụjụ. Ọ sị na those group na-akpọfa special force. Cause no, yeah. And this very guy, unu fu bụ onye Igbo, onye si na ya bụ onye Abịrịba, ọ na-asụ Hausa very well. Ọ sị na ọnya nwa na-interpret ife ndị military, ndị soldiers afọ na-alụ with them. Na ọnya nwa na-eme atapilufa ife n'onu be anyị. Ọ na-afụgie, mana ọfa nwa na-edufu ụzọ. Ejidere ya taa. Onye our prime minister kwukwala okwu ya wee sị na ndị Biafra Liberation Army na fa chọrọ ịgbagbu na fa ga-edobie ka ọ na-enyefa information ndị na-ezite fa. Una fugie. So my people, what we are doing is a very serious thing. Onye achọrọ iso, ọ bụrụ force. Onwere onye na force. We are all here working voluntarily because na anyị chọ ka Biafra bịa. Anybody messing around like omunye onye ndu, onye nke afọ amara m ife a ga-agwada woman. O nwere oge ndị mmadụ ji the lady na-agba asịrị. Mụ nwasị na mama agba asịrị wute woman ibe m and omunye onye ndu. But nke a mfụ n'anya, everybody is seeing it. At least at this period, di achụgo Ejiofọ. Ọ bụrụ nwaanyị nwere uche, she will not go anywhere near onye di echulachu. Because Ejiofọ was not representing onye ndu well. And ako Ejiofọ dị na njide jidele onye ndu. So my brother Anthony said, yes, my sister, one of the Kaduna guy told me the same, that they don't want us to go because of their own lives. Ezioku. Even during the war, after the war, Babawo, sinifia jiwenyelu gowo n'aka, bụ na ya chọrọ ka ndị Igbo ghalina, because na ndị Fulani will overwhelm them. O ife Babawo kwuru. Ya bụ prime minister ndị West, oge Zik bụ ceremonial president, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa bụrụ prime minister. You know? So my people, this is it. We are not here to joke. Biafra government in exile is for real because it is a legal entity. Odiro illegal. So many of these countries, they had a government in exile. No anything be abroad. All these countries, they will not allow us. You know, makana asokata kwaneze anyị kwuru okwu n'iru wee gwu ya okwu. Onwe ka ndị be anyị ụfọdụ si eme iberibe ma likero. Ịpụta prime minister na-deprive himself his freedom. Oge ọbụla na-enye bounty on his head. Una maro how risky ọ dị for you to be living in fear. That man every day ọ na-echekwa onwe ka o wee nụtala ya ọgụ ọ na-anọ ịbịa ịjụ ya nonsensical question ọ bụrụ nwa maza o. When Margaret Thatcher was ruling Britain, she was a very tough woman. Not at our prime minister's position. I will not answer stupid questions. And I will tell you off straight away. I will tell you off. Yes, my sister Mary said Hausas has no right to hold Biafrans back in Nigeria. No, they have no right. As I said, England, they call themselves United Kingdom, but they were London, they were Wales, they were Northern Ireland, and they were Scotland. Funny name about their prime minister, their currency, they rule themselves, but they come together like America has 50 states. So today, anything factually may Fabia together agree. If they want us to remain, they should come and negotiate with us. Because we are these goose that lays the golden egg. Oil is in our land. Everything is in our land. What made Nigeria great is from Biafra land. All the intellectuals we produced. Yes. So nobody can rubbish us. We are good to go. All that we need to do is to support our prime minister. Because Biafra Liberation Army, they are doing very well. They are doing very well, and they go. Because that our prime minister is successful is because every penny on spend there on Nyabog. You know, for us. He is trying so much. Sleepless night. You know. So my people, I will love you and leave you. This is my second or third program today. I will leave you here and see you the same time tomorrow. It is all of us working hard. You people, I praise you. I praise you for coming out every time, and anytime we are on, you will all join. Leave everything you are doing. We are all working together. I praise you all. Mary is wonderful. She's always coming, interacting well, saying everything that happens within her own knowledge. And Anthony Umeji, God will bless you all. We are all fighting together, and God will hear us. But we can never stop talking about Onyendu. Onyendu is the reason why all of us came together. Onyendu is the one suffering now for all of us. You know, if Onyendu is not very, very strong, my people, he would have been bribed. They offered him so much, but Onyendu turned everything down because he is very intentional and very serious about this. So we should all pray for him, because anybody that is in the hands of the enemy is in a very delicate position. Thank you so much. Mary, God bless you. Have a good night. And I see you people tomorrow. All hail Biafra. We move, my people. We move.